So I parked my car in front of the Pearl of Germantown, and I'm trying to psych myself up. Oh yeah, I'm trying to psych myself up for the conversation that I know that I'm about to have. Because you see, I haven't spoken to Kyle in 10 years, and the last time we talked, things did not go so well. You see, I had met Kyle in the youth group at Bullet Lick Baptist Church. I was there for the snacks mostly, if I'm being honest with you. And because I really wanted to belong somewhere. You see, I was growing up in Shepherdsville, Kentucky as a deeply closeted gay child. And there were not spaces for people like me. I grew up in a household where I was taught the words to Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. And I knew from a very young age that that song did not apply to kids like me. And I just wanted to belong somewhere. And Kyle was so much cooler than I was. And I remember being at a youth lock-in one time, and I nervously asked him if maybe he would want to hang out sometime, and he said, sure. And I was like, yes. And it turns out that Kyle lived in the trailer park right next to the subdivision where I lived. And so pretty soon, we did everything together. We were inseparable, like brothers. We played Dance Dance Revolution till 3 o'clock in the morning. We started a Christian rock band, and we won the high school talent show twice. Oh, yeah. And like you do, right, we both graduated from high school and went our separate ways. He stayed in Shepherdsville, and I got a scholarship to Bellarmine University. Go Knights. And I moved to the big bad city of Louisville, and 6 months into that, I finally felt comfortable enough to come out. And one of the first things that I did after I came out was I stopped talking to Kyle. Because I knew what he would say, right? I had heard him say these types of things before, but never about me. And so I remember starting the spring semester of my freshman year of college, and Kyle just starting to bombard me on Facebook Messenger with questions. Hey man, how's it going? Do you want to hang out? What's going on? Where are you? Are you okay? Are you avoiding me? And it went on for weeks, you all, like he did not get the picture, that I did not want to talk, right? And here's the thing. I didn't want to talk because I knew what he would say. Like I said, I did not want to hear the hellfire or the brimstone or the clobber passages. I was just now getting comfortable in my own skin. But he kept going. He kept going. And so one day I finally responded to him and I said, look, yes, I have been avoiding you because here's the thing, Kyle. I'm gay. And I know how you feel about that, and I don't need anyone telling me what I'm supposed to do or what I'm not doing right, and that was that. I hit send. And a few days go by, and he finally responds, and he responds just in a way that I thought he would, right? Hellfire, brimstone, I had backslid. That liberal university had corrupted my brain, etc., etc. And he made me feel like I was 6 inches tall. The way that everyone from my past in Shepherdsville made me feel 6 inches tall. The way that the old me felt all the time, because all of the people that I was attracted to when I was in high school are people who thought people like me deserved to die. And even during that time, if I was up on a balcony somewhere looking down at the concrete below, sometimes I would just wonder, were they right? And so I didn't talk to Kyle for 10 years. And here I was at the Pearl of Germantown, about to go in and reconnect with this guy that I hadn't talked to in so long, because after 10 years of finally learning to love myself, I finally decided, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready to have this conversation with this man who had reached out to me on Facebook Messenger again and asked for beers. So I go in, and Kyle is smiling from ear to ear. He pulls me over to a table. He buys me a beer. He insists on paying. And we start chit-chatting back and forth. The high school versions of us probably would have prayed for us. And he, asks me all these questions about my life. And he tells me that he's married now. And he's about to have a kid. And he's so excited to be a dad. And that's whenever he says, so the reason why I wanted to meet with you is because I just wanted you to know that I was wrong. That I messed up. I'm sorry. I had never had anyone from my past say that to me before, right? I'd spent so much time of my life getting away from Shepherdsville, not looking in the past, only looking forward, right? I didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything, and he continued. He said, and this is not an excuse, but you need to understand, for the longest time, Stephen, I was really mad at you, and whenever I came for you, it wasn't even really about the gay stuff. It's that you were my best friend. You were my best friend. I lived with you our entire senior year of high school. Did you forget about that? And all of a sudden, I started thinking about things that I hadn't thought of in a long time, like how we always hung out at my house. We never hung out at Kyle's house. Anytime that I had an interaction with his parents, it was bad. I remember him being grounded a lot, seemingly for no reason. I remember going to the counselor at our high school and asking if there was anything we could do because I was certain that what was happening in his house was emotional abuse. And I remember at 17 years old that Kyle came to live with my family, and he became my family. And I had forgotten all about that because I was so ready to get away. And that's when Kyle told me, Stephen, I'm not mad at you because you came out and you're gay. I'm mad at you because you were my family and you left me. As soon as you could, you turned around and you left. And it was in that moment that I realized that even though I was hurting and I was trying to get away, and for good reason, that I had unintentionally hurt him too. And we sat in that bar for 3 hours, eating chips and drinking beers and talking about how we both of us had literally survived a literal cult that was Bullet Lick Baptist Church. And I learned several things that day. One, I learned that family isn't always blood. 2, chips and beer can be an excellent communion. And 3, sometimes in order to move forward, you have to look backward. Thank you.
Great job.